Hey guys, before we start, a quick shout out to Alpha Dog Nutrition for sponsoring this podcast. Alpha Dog products are now available at dusupply.com, and you can use code ALPHADOG15 at checkout for 15% off and a credit for free shipping to try it yourself. Now let's get you to your podcast.
Said you had a skunk story. Do you like the last podcast?
Yeah,
I probably listen to these once in a while. I've been too busy.
Been busy.
I've only been listening to Rogan. Man, shit, he did the Rogan did that Trump, and then he did.
Did you just drop the F already?
Me?
Do I need to timestamp that?
Did I say the F word? I didn't say the F word.
I'm going to go check that just to be safe.
Rogan did Trump, and then he did JD Vance, and then he did Elon Musk. And I was like, it was like three 3-hour podcasts. I was like, son of a bitch.
I got 12 hours booked out.
Yeah, I was during my elk hunting, so I wasn't like in my truck. I don't sit in my truck a ton when I'm elk hunting. You know, I drive a camp or whatever, but I was like, it was hard to listen to that much time without being anywhere. So I haven't listened to any other podcasts. I'm sorry.
No, you were on the podcast actually.
I was.
You recorded that episode.
Did I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Can you remind me what we talked about?
We just started selling shovels too, buddy. You can check them out at dusupply.com.
They already shitty shovels? I think I shit on the shovels when you're shoveling? Or
No, I had a skunk story, and then I added another one to it. But yeah, I don't know about your dogs.
You got a new skunk story before you could tell me the first skunk.
I think I've got to think back on timing, but yeah, I'm pretty sure this one happened like 2 days later.
You're stacking up skunk stories faster than you can tell them.
Dude, I'm telling you. And I thought I kicked it when we got rid of the blue dogs. Like blue ticks, I swore they were just inherently skunk killing. Like they wanted skunks. They just, I'm not saying that as a breed. All mine did. I'm telling you, they would kill a pile of them. But we switched over and we started running fox instead of everything under the sun. And all of a sudden, like our skunk problem started going away. And we went long time without. And then I bring Fancy in. And I'm telling you, from the time she was a puppy on up, she's a super, I'm going to say broke in the normal aspect of the word, right? Yeah, she's bent. Maybe, I don't know, like she's finished every day.
You're trying to explain a dog in a skunk story as broke.
It's one of those things where it's like those dogs that are 99%.
That's the way you're going to describe this dog to me.
Yeah.
You're trying to tell me what dog you got.
Well, you want me to tell you she's awesome? I mean, that's the worst part. Then you look like you're bragging on them. Right. So she screws me once a season. Guaranteed. She will grab a skunk somewhere.
Not broke. Jason, that's not
You're
broke.
telling me you never run one piece of off game a season?
All the time. But I don't start my stories like, yeah, this dog's broke. Like,
well, I said broke in the normal aspect, which everybody uses. Okay, so 99%, right? Okay. I'm going to say 97 even. Okay, I'll knock her down a peg. Okay. But that stupid dog will not get sprayed. She grabs them and spins donuts, and all of a sudden everything in my truck, your truck, now smells like skunk. Once a year, I swear, every time. So I'm hunting her daughter now. She's coming on. She was born
is this a broke dog too?
Oh God, no. She's not even, no. I don't know what we're doing because I was worried about her not starting. She was just real slow.
So how would you describe this other dog? If you're not going to describe her.
Green.
Okay.
Like, I don't want to say chain green because I've had her in the woods a lot, but she's there, makes races, doesn't add anything to it, but isn't taking a whole lot away kind of situation. Like working with her through the season.
Okay.
And finally I'm at the point where I'm starting to make the decision on, is this one going to stay or do we need to find something down the road? Well, it's because she's just not firing on anything. You know, like she's there, but she's not, you can't see the switch flip. I saw her switch flip. And she started just dancing around on the road, and I knew it was garbage, and I figured it had to be a skunk. Well, it was. So she runs up to it. No big deal. She doesn't grab it, but she does get sprayed right in the face. And from that night on, now she's rigging everyone, wigging out in the road. She wants to get every single skunk. It's the only thing that she will fire on, even when we've got, like game just crossed the road or something. Mm-hmm. No, she'll go with the other dogs, but she is not wide-eyed like she is when she smells a skunk. And she's been rigging them now going down the road at like 30, 40. I'm like, this is getting scary. I haven't had to deal with this problem in a while.
Oh.
So that's the story of the first go around. And it all started because I wondered how many skunks you guys had up there, because we have a pile of them this year for some reason. So we go out. Fifth. You plead the fifth, yeah. So we go out. I've got this other young dog. He's a Walker bred dog. And he's doing really well. Out of the two, he's definitely farther along. Well, he has figured out, because I've started breaking him on skunks. It took 2, and he was done. He doesn't really want anything to do with them. So I'm going down the road. Dogs are running out. They're just out of the headlights. And I stop because there's a turnaround, and I'm just going to head on out. So I call the dogs, and they all come back to me, but I keep seeing this weird shadow, kind of like right. I couldn't figure out if my eyes were going crazy because it was like 1 a.m. And all of a sudden I realized that is a skunk chasing my dogs down the road. I mean, coming right at the pickup.
Yeah.
So the older dogs, they don't want nothing to do with it. Fancy has got her one out of the way for the season, so she's done with them.
Right.
They all get in the truck, and here I am holding this puppy who is recently fired up on skunks for some reason, and a dog who very recently figured out that is not what I want to chase, right? So we've got both ends of the spectrum. We've got super excited, wanting to go do something, and please, Dad, get me away from this thing, right? Well, this thing keeps coming down the road. I get over, I'm shutting dog box, or the one side with the older dogs, and I realize I left the front door of the truck open, and here comes the skunk right up to the edge of the driver's door. And I am at the tailgate on the driver's side. So we're talking, 6 feet, maybe?
Yeah.
With, Jekyll and Hyde over here. One of them's trying to get away, pulling me one direction. The other one's trying to get away, pulling me towards the skunk. And all I can think of is that goes off. That is going to be a very rough detail job. But we got lucky. So I ended up getting them thrown in the box and moved on down the road. But I just swear, we've had so many skunks this year. It is insane compared to any year I can remember.
Yeah, I haven't had a skunk in many years.
Yeah.
Many years. In fact, the last skunk I thought I had was we were heading up. It's me and a buddy, and the dogs peeled off the road and just started baying at this log jam. So I'm like, what the hell? So I hop off the machine and start heading up there. And I just smell skunk, and I'm like, you sons of bitches. I mean, I'm just getting pissed. And, they're bayed up tight, you know what I mean? I'm thinking they're baying this skunk or whatever. And then the lion squirts out, and I'm like, well,
all right.
The skunk. Because I was pissed. I was yelling at him, just about damn near just about to start lighting into him. And no, that cat must have killed a skunk right there, because it totally smelled like skunk. I mean, it was definitely skunk smell in the air. There was no doubt that it was, something happened with the skunk there. I didn't even look for the skunk. I just had, it was bobcat hunting, so I just called the dogs and got out of there. But
right.
But it must have been just sitting right there on the side of the road, and it just killed. So when I smelt it, I was like, damn it. I thought I was having a bad day, and but I was lucky. So knock on wood.
Lucky.
Knock on wood. That's my last skunk story.
I swear. We've been fine. I mean, you just dogs get weirded out going down the road. And I don't know, maybe I'm different. Like a broke dog to me isn't a dog that is going to get super weird around off game. They just push past it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, like if we had a wig out every time we passed a blacktail or a coyote, like you'd be sitting in the middle of the road all night. And I got one older female. That's kind of how she's getting with these skunks though now. I guarantee it, because those young dogs, they've got them so wigged out. Like they know better, but there's a whole lot of action going on they want in on, it seems like. But I think they got them thinned down now. We're a few light now. At least we can hunt skunks here in Oregon, so.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like,
Yeah,
I don't think we got a ton of them up here as much as down there. Most of my bad skunk stories came from down there.
What about porcupines? You got them though?
I haven't seen them for a while, but yeah, we got a couple places that we'll run into them. I'll run into them once in a while.
We don't really have
so far.
any
I haven't had. I've been pretty lucky on that front too. I've had some bad stories with porcupines and skunks, so I've had my share.
Yeah.
And as the younger dogs are coming in, I probably will have more stories coming later.
We'll check back with you next season.
Yeah.
That's the boat I'm in, because I'm trying to replace two. You know, the way the pack's spaced. I know you were in pretty rough shape with old dogs. Mm-hmm. How old's Della? Because in my mind, Della's like still 2 years old.
I don't know.
She's got to be
5.
at least 5.
Yeah, probably. I'm probably. I mean, I have that 1.5-year-old dog. Should be this year. I should watch her start kind of blossoming a little bit, but
Right.
No, Andy's the youngest, and she's probably 4 now, 4 or 5. So I'm definitely. I'm going to start feeling it worse and worse every year.
Yeah. That's a rough spot.
Yeah.
It's like you never get enough of the prime years. And
Well, we'll see what, I got my deer and elk and stuff all done. So we'll start getting to play with the dogs a little more.
that was a chore to get through, huh? Well, we got it done, I guess. We'll go back, man.
I was stacking meat before.
But he had to go buy blows out of freezers is what happened.
I did have a text that was like, we need to buy another freezer. My wife's like, you're shitting me. I'm like,
nope.
And then Trump wins. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't need to maybe stack as much meat. Maybe I didn't need as much of this stuff.
Hey, it's elk meat, man. You always need that.
Moose meat, elk meat, deer meat. I've gotten. I'm pretty loaded on my freezer this year.
You know what that means? You just got a lot more friends.
I know.
When you got full freezers. That's what I'm doing now, is stacking ours, but mine's not as much fun. We had a couple of hogs to butcher, and I've been butchering for like 2 weeks, it feels like. Because we're doing it all and grinding the sausage, and it's like, ugh. So it's been long nights, but man, it's nice to have a full freezer going into winter.
Yeah. I actually got 2 deer still stuck in the freezer that I need to take out and bring down. I thought I'll do some sausage and stuff with them, but no, it's been a fun trip. I think we talked about the moose hunt last
we did
podcast, probably
right before you left.
Right before I left.
Yeah.
Oh, so not after my moose hunt then?
No, it was right after your moose hunt.
Okay, and then I left again.
Then you left again for elk.
Yeah. For opening day of elk, I really wasn't expecting it, but I did a little hunt through this little draw that I like, and I'm sitting there in the spot where I had cell service, so I'm checking email. I'm doing stupid shit. Like, I'm like, what am I doing here? It's like 10:30 or whatever. So I'm checking on my phone, seeing if I could get emails to download, because I hadn't been working that much. So I was trying.
As the fire department man called.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm feeling a little guilty. I'm like, God, I would at least try to keep up with what's going on. Make sure I got employees still coming in and out or
Yeah,
whatever.
most of us.
Yeah, half of them. I got the good ones. That's it.
We'll get into that story later.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little rough on employees, new employees, old employees.
Man.
And so I'm sitting there dicking around my phone trying. I didn't have enough service to download good, but you're sitting there trying to get it to refresh or whatever, and I hear this sound, and I've been listening to chipmunks all morning. I took a video when it came right down to me and was just looking at me like,
What are you doing here?
3 feet away, just looking at me like, what the hell are you? Because I was just sitting there. Anyways, I'm on there, and I had a back play. I heard the sound, and it was like literally, it was like 5 seconds later. I was like, oh shit, that wasn't a chipmunk. That was an elk. You know what I mean? Like it was a calf call.
Right.
And but you just I wasn't in the zone.
You were
know what
distracted.
I mean? I was totally distracted looking on my stupid phone, which the reason I go out there is to get away from that.
Leave it in the truck, man.
Yeah, and so anyways, I hear a twig break. You know how elk sound in the woods and stuff. And so I'm like, damn, those guys are right there. You know what I mean? Like I'm within 150 yards in the timber on these guys. And so I kind of hunker down. I start glassing through the timber, and I can just see the body of one. You know what I mean? You see that rump or whatever, and I'm like, okay, we're here. And
That's cool.
trying to figure out if they're going up the canyon or going down trying to figure out what direction they're going, because I can only see patches of their body. So I can't even hardly see their head. I can't see anything. I just see one or two elk once in a while, and they're not moving. They're just mingling. And anyways, I'm talking to Mike, and I'm like trying to talk to him. And anyways, I look down, there's a cow just pegging me out, and I'm like, shit. I was like, gotta go. And those sons of bitches walked right to me. I mean, like, couldn't have timed it better.
Really?
And I just sat there. I was as most confident on that hunt that I think I've ever been. You know what I mean? Like, I was gonna video. You know what I mean? Like, start videoing them and stuff. And dude, if I have a big bull walk by and I'm videoing it and I can't kill that thing,
You're gonna be mad.
yeah, because it was really, the pressure was off. I killed that moose, so we had enough meat.
Right.
Me and Bradley shot our deer, so we were sitting good on meat. So it was like, I was just up there for the season. I was like, it's elk hunting. I haven't missed elk season.
You
yet,
feel
so.
bad not going.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not missing a season, but it was really just gonna be a low key season. I was just gonna, like, low key. Why did I say that?
That's an inside joke nobody else gets.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah, we'll tell you the low key story. Low key.
Low key.
Oh my god! And so, son of a bitch, I can't believe I just said that. I don't think I've ever said low key in my life.
You just said it about 5 times.
We've made so much fun of that term in the last week. In the shop, we've been making fun of that. Now I'm gonna. Oh my gosh, I can't.
That is awesome.
I have to wash my mouth with soap now.
We need to get through the elk hunting story so we can lead into the good, juicy stuff.
So, anyways, I was totally just like, whatever. Like,
No pressure.
here it goes, no pressure. And cows walked through, and there was about 8 of them. And I look behind. There's a little raghorn bull, and I'll be honest, my first thought was disappointment. I was like, I was hoping it was going to be bigger.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was just my first thought was like, that's not a 6 point. You know what I mean?
Oh my
Like, it's a little
gosh.
raghorn
You're killing
4 point.
me, dude.
I thought it was a 3 point when I first seen it. So we got to have a 3 point minimum. So I knew it was a legal bull, but I was like, that thing's barely legal, and but I'm like, but I'm going to shoot it.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot it.
because it's here. And anyways, so they were feeding through this timber, and I had this little chute, maybe a foot and a half window through the timber. And they came in with 20 yards, and looking through my scope at 20, 25 yards, I mean, I can see their hair, I can see their eyeball, I can see everything as they're walking through this window. And they were walking through like 3 at a time, like 3 bodies at a crossing.
Right.
And I remember thinking to myself, I was like, dude, am I going to be able to kill this thing? Because is it going to walk in with, a cow and a calf or something, and now I can't shoot it because it's.
That's why Buddy shoots the 300 rum.
No, I got my new PRC, my 7 PRC. And anyways, so as I'm going through my mind, like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Like, I don't necessarily condone a neck shot or head shot. I mean, neck, you can, but I'm sitting there going through my head, like, I'm a center, I'm a behind the front shoulder guy. That's what I
Yeah.
want to shoot if I can. So I'm sitting there going, like, do I try and head shot for the first time, and if I'm seeing other elk in my scope, I mean, it's just a lot of questions about ethics for me.
Especially that close. Like if
Yeah,
you're close enough for a headshot, your point of impact is usually
off a
a
little
little
bit,
low.
and I'm thinking all that stuff. And anyways, as I'm watching this window, I watched this bull come through by himself, and I'm like, go,
Nice.
just right behind the shoulder, literally, half a second. I see him, I see the horns, I drop down and tuck one in behind its front shoulder,
Dang.
and I can hear, I know I hit him immediately, but he takes another step, and I can see him separating from the cows. The cows don't run off, but you can see they're still moving, and he's slowing
Right.
down. They're kind of walking at a little faster pace now, and he's not
He's
feeling
walking
good.
towards Buddy's truck.
Exactly. And so there was a second window, and it was easy by then because he'd fallen behind in a second window I had, and so I tucked another one in right in the same spot, and then he went behind this root wad, and my new gun freaking won't chamber. Like, I throw another round and it won't close. The bolt won't close, and I'm like, what the hell? So I look at it, try and it won't chamber that third round. So I pull the round out, it won't chamber empty. You know what I mean? I can't close the bolt empty, and I'm like, what in the hell? And so I ended up getting Mike, and I'm like, Mike, I mean, I'm 20 yards.
Oh, on the radio?
This bull. Yeah, I was like, Mike, if you come in here, because he already knew where I was and he heard the shots. I said, if there's a bull standing down below me about 20 yards, shoot it again. You know what I mean? Because my gun
Yeah.
won't. I can't get my gun to load, and I don't want to peek around this
No,
this
bump
root
him.
wad because I don't want to bump them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I want. I've watched elk get adrenaline, and it's not fun. You know what I mean? When they get adrenaline, it's like, man, shit can go south pretty
That's
quick.
extra packing.
Yeah, so I'm just sitting there tucked in. So finally, I fiddle with it. I'm getting that bolt looked at. It's something with the bolt and a roll pin or something. But anyways, it chambers, and so I throw that third round in. Finally, get my gun to chamber and peek, and he was dead right there. I mean, he dropped right there as soon as he ran out of my sight. But
Right.
I didn't want to look for him without a round chambered.
No.
And I didn't want to spook him, but I knew he didn't come out the other side, so I figured he's either still standing there, or in this case, he was dead. I mean,
He was laying there.
he had just collapsed right there. But through my round of stuff, and anyway, so I texted Laura. I'm like, we need another freezer.
That's so cool. I haven't killed an elk in so many years. Like, we always drew cow tags. I've never killed a bull. I've just killed cows. But, I miss hunting the coast because you hunt it way different for elk than like Eastern Oregon.
Yeah.
But like our Cascade tag opened last weekend and I was feeling like crap. I still don't feel great, but we decided, oh, well, we'll just wait another week and we'll hunt coastal because we'll just hunt a different unit. And so that opens Saturday. And I don't know what we're going to have to buy a freezer too if we get one. There's no way. Those freezers are packed full of sausage at this point. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with those problems though. Those are good problems to have.
Yeah. Yeah. It was before the election, man. I was going in there. I was like,
Coming home with some groceries.
if Kamala steals it, I've at least got some meat in the freezer. Luckily, she couldn't steal that bad.
Yeah, that would have had to been pretty bad, man.
I tell you, we were up at camp, and I'm pretty sure that the inReach system was getting hammered on election night because it was running a little bit slow. Like,
Really?
yeah, it was a little bit. It wasn't bad. Like, messages
Guys
ran.
just getting updates from people. Like,
I'm guessing everybody out at camp was like checking in, like, what the hell's going on? Because I was checking on Colorado and messaging a couple buddies, and of course the Trump deal. You know what I mean? Trying to figure out. You just never. I mean, yeah.
I didn't even watch it. I cared about what was going on in Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And I swear, I just went into it. It's like, I'm voting, I'm doing my part, and I'm shutting this off. I can't stand watching it.
I only wish I could have watched the faces on CNN and
I'm surprised.
MSNBC. That's the part I'm like, dang it! I really wish I could watch that part of it.
I'm surprised you couldn't like hear the tears falling and screams and heads exploding from Portland from where you were. Like,
I don't think Portland's gotten. I think there was a small protest, as Jess was saying, but it didn't catch any steam. I think
no.
they're totally like deflated. I think they got their ass kicked pretty good this year, and they're still reeling from it. Like now, who knows what's going to happen on inauguration or whatever? But
Right. All I know is it took about one day, and Connor decided he was going to write President Trump a letter.
oh really?
So we, yeah. Well, because with the kids we went through, we used as we're homeschool. Everything's school with them, kind of like the electoral college, and they had the maps and explaining things. And he comes up, he says, "Dad, here it is," and it says, "President Trump, please help hunting and don't close Forest Service roads." That's all it says. But it was addressed to Pennsylvania Avenue, and it's in the mail currently. So he's doing his part.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
He's
just to
pretty
touch
funny.
on Colorado.
Yeah,
What
there's
did
a
the
big
results
win.
come out? They won handedly, so 54.7%, so almost 55% voted no,
Yeah.
and 45% voted to outlaw. So I mean, it is scary how many people voted to outlaw it still. But man, that was a good decisive win. They did a good job there in Colorado.
I think they did a lot of education.
Yeah.
Because that is general public showing up. That is ranchers showing up. That is crossing the lines, beyond just our group of houndsmen.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was exciting to see.
That was the first one. I know when that first came out, the first results, because only like Denver and maybe the Springs had reported or something, and it came out opposite. It was like 55% or 60%.
The other
voted
way.
to outlaw it, and yeah, it was losing bad, and people were messaging me up there at elk camp, and I was like, "Shit, you almost got the effort out." That would have been worthwhile. That would have been the time to use it. But anyways, I did use the F word up there at camp. Just so you know, I'm just doing that.
Oh, I guarantee you did.
And so
It's
that
rough.
was kind of shitty. And so, because especially being kind of behind the curve, you know what I mean, getting your messages from an inReach,
Right.
to see that, and I'm like, dude, do I dare ask, for an update? And I actually hopped in the truck and rammed down to where I got cell service, and an hour and a half later, so I got an update on the real results. It's like, oh yeah, it flipped,
Right.
so it's looking better now, and then the Trump stuff started happening. So it was interesting. Like I said, I didn't get to follow it as much as I normally do, just because I was up at camp. But
Yeah.
I did get the updates on it.
Well, I know they worked their butts off.
Yeah.
I mean, that got pulled through by the effort of some very, very fine houndsmen and women. I can tell you that.
Yes. Good job. And I think we needed that. You know what I mean? Like a good decisive win like that to hopefully slow the rolls a little bit. I did see where I was stalking Facebook a little bit on their group, and they were talking about maybe going to the commission. So I think there's more work to come.
Oh, yeah, it's never over.
Washington. Yeah. And we'll see. So,
But that was
but
big.
now I'm done. I'm ready to start messing with dogs again. It's time. Deer and elk hunting's done, and I'll probably head out this weekend and start getting on the dogs now. Like they are ready.
They're ready.
My wife's ready. They're ready. I'm ready. Yeah. This October and November are always kind of hard for me because, even if you do go out, even like right now, this is probably still a little early to be out in the woods. I'll have to be careful where I poke around because
seasons.
I got to
elk season
deer and elk season's over there still going. So if we do go out this weekend, I'm gonna have to. I just try to be courteous about that. Some of those deer and elk hunters get pissy.
Oh yeah,
and so I don't want to cause conflict as best we can.
That's kind of how I am. I usually give them the first week of deer season, and then I'll hunt like weeknights. Get through opening weekend and that first week because that's when guys got time off work and whatever. But going hunting on a Wednesday night and you're out of there by 2, 3, 4 in the morning, you're good. But it sucks. I mean, really having to deal with all those campers and they don't know what's going on. Most of them are uneducated. They think we're all, you can't run dogs in Oregon. Right. It's like, no, sorry, bud. We're good to go.
Yeah. Yep.
But
so that'll be good. Season will start up. We'll go from there.
Yeah. So low key, should we discuss?
Oh, yeah, that was shit. We've been having a hell of a time getting another employee hired. We had.
I don't think we've updated because we hired one. I can't remember if we talked about that on the last one.
Probably
I think
not,
we did.
So we hired one. We won't name names. That'll make me feel better. But female and karaoke every day at work was not good, man. It's like we were like,
didn't bother me none, but
yeah, you weren't here because we always play music in the shop, just to kind of break the ice and whatever. And I mean, full on singing, like not just like humming. We're talking singing, like bringing it. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm like, you're comfortable. And anyway, so I guess the shop started playing some like heavy metal grunge.
Nice.
That stuff you couldn't sing to. So for the next like 4 days, it's just like this god awful music that you can't sing to.
Norwegian death metal.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but it was rough.
Let me guess. Junior picked the playlist.
Whatever. Well, long story short, she wasn't happy here. We weren't happy, and she just didn't come back into work. And so we were trying to hire another employee, and we get them offer out and all that. Sounds good. Interview's great. It just doesn't show up. And like Monday comes, and we're like all set up and ready to start training a new person, and nothing. And so I'm like, shit. So don't think that, like, maybe it was a holiday, you know what I mean? It's thinking, the holiday, maybe.
Got your wires crossed.
Tuesday, nothing. Like, no, just a no-show. So I don't know, but
I don't think she's coming.
No, she's not coming. No, I'm said that.
Hard no.
But deep down, you want to know why, right? Was it me? Was it me? And it might have been. Like, the only thing, Jason, I can think is...
I'm sorry, but it is funny.
is maybe she's still sad from the election. That's the only thing I can think is she did some homework and was like, oh, shit. Because there's a lot of people sad about the election.
Yeah. So
if that's the case, I'm totally cool that she decided to just peace out. Like, I really am. I'm like, it's probably better for all of us. Like, if that's the reason you didn't show up is because you looked at my Facebook or something, or, you know what I mean, looked at my friends or whatever and was like, oh my gosh.
Well, yeah, she sees Dan on there in the general league.
Yeah. I'm like, maybe. So I don't know. I'm just speculating. But we had a no-show. So we're
blows my mind, man. Yeah. Like, it absolutely,
How do you ask that question in an interview? That's what I want to know.
Are you going to show up to your first day?
No.
That question?
That's an easy one. I got that. Okay. Nobody's going to answer that wrong. I want to be like, without saying who you voted for, like, are you
you can't ask that.
I know you can't.
You got to Facebook stalk that.
But to be like, this isn't a good fit for you. Like, this isn't a healthy environment.
Compatibility test. You need to do a blind compatibility test.
Like,
it's like a dating site.
our safe room is not set up to have this much traction. Like, you can't use the safe room this much. Okay, you just can't. Like, here. And
No, the rest of us need the bathroom too.
exactly. You gotta share the safe room once in a while. Okay. So I don't know. Like I said, I'm totally speculating. I have no clue. But that's the only thing I can think of is there's a lot of people that didn't want to go to work, and maybe that was maybe we dodged a bullet. I don't know.
Maybe. Things happen for reasons.
She interviewed good, and so anyways, in this interview, she always used the term low key, and so. And whatever, different generation, whatever. So, so all you guys are using low key. I'm making fun of you, but I'm making fun of you.
We're aging ourselves.
I'm starting to use the word low key. It's going to drop. I'm like, whatever.
His brim on his hat, you guys can't see the video. It just started straightening out.
Exactly. It's just starting to feel it like
it's got a sticker appearing on it. I don't know what's up.
Yeah. I got a little silver sticker on the bill. It's going to start. Yeah, so that was the low key story. Was she must have used that term 5 or 6 times in the interview, and so we
low key and drama in the same sentence, if I remember right, which I found quite ironic.
So after she doesn't show up, we're like low key. We're just throwing the word around. We're kind of jerks, but. Yeah.
We're kind of jerks. And if you're looking for a job.
If you're looking for a job, you only get made fun of. I mean, hell.
That's funny.
You gotta have thick skin to be here. You're like I just want to have fun. Like, I don't like.
The greatest compliment of my life is "You sure can take a punch," quoted by Buddy Woodbury.
So have that feel. Stomp. It hurt a little bit. Oh
man. Yeah, but we got at least season's here.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can find some help.
I feel better. I'm in a good mood. I've been hunting enough. Like from October
refreshing
to now. I'm like, whatever. I need to go hunting some more with dogs. But
if Buddy could find a way to just be here like 9 months, it'd be awesome.
9 months.
Yeah, right.
3 months. Man.
6, 3. Now you're getting greedy, man.
Oh,
but you did. I mean, all joking aside, you got to do in the last 2 years. You've done what? 2 moose hunts.
3 years. 2 years ago.
It was 2 years ago you went up.
Yeah, this was my do-over moose hunt. I wanted to redo it.
Yeah,
redemption. I wanted to redo it, so we do it nice because we do it twice. No, but yeah.
And your lynx hunt?
Yeah, I won't do that this year.
No,
I gotta tone it down a little bit.
Gotcha.
Tone it down a little bit. I gotta work a little bit.
Calling from the bullpen.
Yeah, I gotta let it stew, just cool down,
simmer
just a little bit.
Let it simmer.
I could probably, because I did the bear hunt with Brad, and then did the moose hunt, and I don't like traveling like that much, but for hunting, I'll do it. So I just was like, I'm not gonna go back up again this year.
Yeah,
I'll go next year probably. Hunt around home. Trip. I'll try to do a little more hunting around home with dogs. So who knows? But
yeah.
And I got to go into a little bit of drama.
Oh, Lord.
So,
all right. I'm not even going to give a disclaimer. I'm just going to sit here.
Have you seen that Facebook post?
The one that you emailed me and highlighted? Yeah, I saw it.
I'm kind of disappointed that got deleted so fast. I didn't get to watch. So if you're listening to this,
it'll be about a week ago, probably. No. We'll see when this goes out. We're going to try to get this out tomorrow.
If you know, you know, because there was a lot of people seen it. But I'd say a customer, but he's not a customer because he never bought anything from us. I'm not going to say names, but he don't listen to us. But
no, probably not.
So he bought a subscription to one of our memberships, and apparently.
Start that story over.
Not our
He
memberships. I'm
bought
sorry.
a membership to a state organization
State
from our
organization.
Join the Fight.
Yeah, from our Join the Fight. So the state organization, he bought it, and he was mad because the state organization didn't call, email, do whatever. So, anyways, he
2 years ago.
Yeah, he proceeded to like just throw us under the bus. Like I don't even know how I seen that because he tagged us. You know, he's like basically W Hunt Supply. What did you do with the money? You know, did I spend to this Houndsman Association and da 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 da? And I would have thought I would have got an email or.
But he went
something
moose
in the mail.
hunting and elk hunting. That $25, man.
That was gas money. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like I put that in my truck and I went hunting.
Chainsaw gas.
So
Maybe.
He just went straight to blasting us. I mean, I'm looking at that and I am such a petty person sometimes, Jason. Like,
Oh, you don't need to tell me. It doesn't come out as often now. I appreciate it. Like, you can pretty much mark.
I do a good job of holding it in. I really do. Like, I have grown. I should have a silver star for how much I can bite my tongue compared to what I used to.
Yeah.
And I couldn't bite my tongue too much this time. But I wasn't. Like, I can be sharp and
You weren't
to the
rude.
point. I might have been a little rude, but so I'm like, basically, first thing I did is I screenshot it because I knew, like, I've been through this before, and I'm like, this post is going to disappear later. I just know it. Like,
Oh, yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how. I just know that this post is no longer going to be on the internet. Like, what this guy is doing, he's trying to freaking blast me, and it irritates the shit out of me because somebody will get under my skin. I'll finally bite that hook. Like, they'll send me the hook, right? It was like a fish, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there's a hook. It's baited just for Buddy. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm going to take that bait.
Line and sinker follows, man.
And so I take the bait, and then they cut the line. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, really, I wanted to fight. Like, I was here for the fight.
I'm here for a workout.
You just cut and run. Like, and so I knew that that's what was going to happen. So I took a screenshot because I was like, I don't want to be. I at least wanted to reread it and see if I was too much. And anyways, I answered the question.
The best part is, I'm going to cut in. I think you read the original post twice as much as you read your responses. Before you hit the send button.
No, I'm like, man, I was like fired. And so because I look at this, I go through our order history, and I'm like, dude, he's never ordered. And that was the thing on the end. He goes, I can't trust this website anymore, so I'm gonna order from Conkies from here on out. Go give a plug to Conkies, right?
Hey, Zach, here you go.
There's a good one. Like, they're not sponsored to the show, okay? Conkies is not sponsored the show.
This episode is brought to you by.
Right, exactly. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna use your name. I bet Dave Down. I bet Conkies was even like, get our name. Take our. That's no good for us either. Like, don't put us in the middle of this. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you didn't order a damn thing from us. We ordered, you ordered this Houndsman, which I appreciate. I'm like, awesome.
Absolutely.
We cut a check. We sent it to that association. Apparently, they haven't. Like, we're checking on bookkeeping or whatever. But we sent the money. Like, we got your $25. We didn't get $25 because we had to pay credit card fees and stuff. But we sent $25 to the association via check, and we got the check number, blah blah blah. And it was like, I'm sorry that you didn't get what you wanted out of their association, but why throw us in the, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I'm not here to steal your money. You know, I'm not making a living stealing $25
at a time.
Yeah, from a hound association. So if you're a hound association and you want to pocket Buddy's pocketbook here,
Man.
just join the fight because that helps fill my gas tank. Oh,
Some
anyways.
people, man.
So my phone just starts blowing up immediately after this. And they're like, half of me thinks I'm like, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to, like, keyboard warrior, right? Like, I am ready to go.
Yeah, right.
And my phone keeps ringing. And I'm like, y'all are just trying to keep me away from the internet right now.
My fingers aren't busy.
This is an intervention. I can feel it. You guys are just, I got friends calling me, like,
They're all talking you off the ledge.
Well, they're not doing it like they're not saying that, but like that's how I'm feeling. I'm like, dude, I got some shit to cope. Anyways, I guess it had like 14 replies, and I didn't get to read a single one of them. Like I was all disappointed that a bunch of people started piping in, and I was ready to watch the thing,
The show,
because he was trying to explain. The last I seen was he was trying to explain why he, in this day and age, you needed to go to social media to deal with grievances, and I was like, just freaking call me.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the first place I'd go.
that works out good. Like,
Yeah, nothing ever gets blown out of proportion there. I went through my fair share of that not too long ago.
So in my response, if you're listening, I asked if your address was still the same, and I sent an email today. All you got to do is say yes or no, and we're going to send you your $25 back. Like, I promise you, we're not here to steal your money.
Right.
That was my diatribe for the day. Like, that was
Man. I hate it when people, like, okay, grievances, I get, like, definitely call, because we can fix that problem.
Yeah.
It might take us a couple of, I don't know, contacts to make it happen, because these organizations, they're working, men and women, too.
Yeah.
It's not like these guys are full
Call
time.
me. We'll make a phone call. We'll
fix it.
check in on that. Like we have that on our website, 100% to be helpful. And if it's not helpful, we want to take it off. Like I'm not here to make it difficult for customers. So that's one of the things is I know I'm whining like a little bitch, but I just want to make sure that. If you got a problem, just call us, man. Just call us.
Don't send the attorney.
Or we can do it on Facebook. Like, that's fun too, but...
No, please don't. Because you know what? You know what happens when I get that email at 8 a.m? You want to know the first word out of my mouth? We won't even bring it up. And I'm like, today is either going to be good or it's going to go real, real bad.
Yeah. Speaking of drama, you don't follow, but I had to listen last night because I was killing some time, and this is totally off subject.
Okay.
Way off. This is like left field, Jason, but Cam Hanes and Origin are like, there's some kind of drama there.
Oh, really?
Because Cam Hanes I was reading some comments or whatever, and they're like, they're not working together, and I had to go back and listen to the podcast, and Cam Hanes was talking about not wearing their camo anymore, but he was kind of being vague, and I'm like,
really?
Trust me, as somebody that's petty, a little bit of a pissy fight, I'm like, there's some story there. I'm telling you what.
I'll have to find out next time he's in town.
Exactly. So anyways, I was just like, that made me feel better. So I was like, hey, I'm not the only one that has some drama shit. Okay, I got like problems or whatever. But yeah, I don't know what's going on there, but there was something there.
I really like following him. We just watched one of his videos he did. Because I interviewed Jim Shockey for an article, and we just caught this picture of him with a blue tick. Back in the day, he was a young man. And on Cam Hanes' video, I think is who put it out. But God, did you listen to him and Steve Ranella on Rogan?
Yeah, I think I did. I don't follow him a lot. I don't follow those guys a ton.
He's like a local boy here, though. I mean, he's in Eugene, so
yeah, and he did good work for Colorado. So that's a lot of respect for that. So that Colorado, when guys step up to help fight for Colorado, I'm not going to bash anybody, but I was mostly just scouting.
You want to know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't even care. I really don't. It was more it made me feel better that I'm not alone in the world of drama. Like sometimes drama, like whatever it is, I'm like, because I was just looking on social media and I just seen comments. So you just seen this undercurrent. I was like, oh, I wish you guys were doing this or whatever. Something that made me dig in. I had an hour to kill while Tyler was in her dance class, and so I started poking around and trying to figure out what that was, and
private eye.
Totally wasted an hour of my life. It was Definitely, but I didn't have nothing else to do. I was sitting in the parking lot of a dance studio waiting for my daughter to come out. So I'm like, well, we're going to chase down the Cam Haines story and see what all this is. But anyways, listen to this podcast. And I'm like, oh, and he was just being vague and not telling the full story, but letting out enough that people, giving people. He was basically.
We all do it. Let's not fool ourselves. We all do it.
Oh yeah.
Just some are at a higher degree.
Yeah. It just starts a little bit of a shitstorm. Just a shitstorm. So, anyways, that was my shitstorm story for the day. I had to give up. I totally was not ready to give up on that though.
I know you take that. Like when you pick a hill, I'll give you this. Like you plant the flag.
I like to plant a flag on the freaking hill, man. I don't know what it is. My wife, she's like, she'll call me out too, and I'll call me out. I know.
I know this is stupid.
I know it's stupid. I'm like, you think
you've worked with me long enough. You tell me I'm not the same way though when it comes to certain things. Like, no, like this is it. I don't care.
Oh, buddy, he's gonna take that one. He's gonna bite that hook every freaking time.
Man,
I've passed a lot of hooks. I'm getting better at, but I still once in a while, man. I'm like, nope, that one. I'm taking that one. Like that one's set for me. There's nobody else that's gonna take that but me. And anyways, I do think it sounded like we had a couple. I talked to a couple guys that seen a couple comments that before they got deleted, and there was a couple guys that come to bat for me, and I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't need people to bat for me. I'm not.
We're not going to turn away good publicity though. Like
when I jump out on it, like I'm on myself. So most of the time I'm by myself, but it sounded like I had a couple friends in there that was willing to go swing with me. I'm like, right on. I got a few people. Just don't push me too much because I'll jump deep. I'll be like, oh yeah. What? Then you look back and everybody's like, oh shit, too far, buddy.
Yep. Just keep you busy so we can let the ones through we want to let through.
Yeah. So everything else is good. That was my one little bit of a drama story. Hopefully, we need to get back on the dogs. We'll see as the season starts rolling on. We're getting the calendar. We've been working on that today and this week. Thank you guys, everybody that submitted calendar photos. Too late if you haven't. Maybe next year. We're in the final edits. Try to get those calendars back by. I don't know if we're going to make Thanksgiving or not, but if we can get them to print Monday, we might. We're just going through some final photo swaps and stuff like that. And
this year is sneaking up. Like it's already well into November. It's kind of crazy. This year went fast.
Yeah, I know.
And we'll be back on the road before you know it.
Yeah.
I mean, really. It's crazy to think, but it's like Wisconsin's not that far off.
Yeah. Yep. So,
anyways, through this.
What do you got left? Anything, or are we going to wrap this up?
No, we can wrap it up. I told my tale.
Okay. Your skunk story.
Yeah. I'm hoping I don't have another one for next week's.
I got to tell about me being a little bit of a Facebook whiner.
That's all we needed.
It's Facebook drama. Yeah. All right. Wrap it up. We'll do it again.
Sounds good.